welcome back again to another episode of what's going on with my car. I don't know. So story time, guys. Before I tell you what happened to my car, just you already know the deal. Like, share, subscribe, you know. So let's get into the story because I'm gonna make this video quick, simple, and fast because it's just a story, basically. Let's get it. So, what happened? What didn't happen? You know, it happens, you know. So every time you build your car, every time you build a project car, race car / whatever car that you're building, whatever, you decide to add more power to it. You know, shit happens. Shit happens to your car. Expect and get ready for it to happen, guys, because it's gonna happen. But in this scenario, in this case, it wasn't supposed to happen. Could have I prevented it? Probably have. I could have. So what happened? So I was messing around, you know, doing some pulls with the Supra. You already know how it is. When I got to the light, for some weird reason, my car was smoking. My car was smoking all over the place. I didn't understand why. As I'm driving back to the house, I noticed that my oil pressure gauge was on 0. To a normal car guy, you could understand. You pull over, try to find out what's going on, right? That's what you do. It was really late at night. I did not want to go back to the house. I mean, I didn't want to pull over. So I was literally almost 4 minutes, maybe less, away from my house. So I decided to drive the car back to my house. Yes, guys, it was on 0 oil pressure. I know. I shouldn't have done it, but I did not want to stay in the corner waiting for a tow truck 4 hours later. It was super late. So I told myself on the way home, let's get this motor built. So that was the plan. So the plan was to build my motor, the fully built motor that I was going to build originally. So I told myself, now since the car is acting weird, because the car doesn't drive the same, I was like, you know what? Let me push myself to build the motor. So what really happened was I bought another car with my cousin. So me and him are sharing the same car for drifting. I'm kind of like focusing more on the Z, the 350Z, than the Supra right now. So the Supra turns on, she drives, but with low oil pressure, so it's not the same. So basically what I have to do is I have to rebuild the motor, OEM. So I have to rebuild everything. So I decided the same motor in the car right now is to rebuild the motor and, you know, make everything OEM so I can kind of enjoy the car and drive the car, etc., etc. While in the meantime, still wanted to actually build my other motor, which I have right there. Eventually, I want to build it, of course, fully build it, like part of the plan. So, but for now, I think I'm just gonna stick with the OEM, replace the oil pump, replace the bearings, the main bearings, the cab bearings, even the piston ring. So we're gonna take the motor apart. So I'm gonna make another video of us rebuilding this motor again, OEM. So was it my fault? Yes. Now the thing is, I'm not gonna blame the manufacturer that I bought it from, even though it should have never exploded in the first place, because their brands are really good. So I'm not gonna blame them. I mean, it is what it is. I hit them up, they gave me a new hose, and I put everything back together, and she decided to run again, but that's when I realized the oil pressure was super low. So on idle, she's running probably at 11 PSI right now, which is supposed to be at 30 PSI at idle. And when I'm kind of pushing it, she doesn't pass 50 PSI. So I know the oil pressure is really bad right now. So I'm assuming the oil pump and etc., the bearings and stuff like that, just, you know, hopefully that's about it for the car. I'm gonna show you guys the holes right now so you can see what exactly happened. So this is the oil holes right here. So if you notice, this definitely not supposed to be like that. So all the oil technically came out from this hose and drained the whole car itself. So that's basically the situation that's happening right now. So like I said, the car turns on, the car drives. I mean, the idle, it's weird. It's really weird. The idle is good, but the power is not the way it was when I first drove the car, obviously. So that was the quick story. I'm gonna turn the car on for you guys so you could hear it. The car sounds smooth. Don't get me wrong. The car sounds good. It's just the way you drive the car. The oil pressure is not where it's supposed to be at. I'll even take it around the block or around outside so I can show you guys like the oil pressure and stuff. Like in the beginning it builds up, but it doesn't stay where it's supposed to be. All right, so as you can see, it makes when the car warms up, it makes like a little weird noise in the motor. Only when it warms up though. But right now, as she's driving normal, I mean, right now as she's idling right now, which is just, you know, idle pressure. Normally it's lower than that, but since I haven't turned this car on for at least a couple weeks, I'm not gonna lie. Like I just haven't been driving her too much. So I'm gonna let her warm up a little bit. Then I'm gonna go ahead and take her for a little drive so I can show you. Once it warms up, then you can kind of hear the noise that comes out from. So and what's crazy about it is it doesn't even smoke at all. So I mean, I don't know. Will the car not driving with no oil? I'm thinking that the car was gonna be smoking. No, she don't drive. She don't smoke at all. Hot, warmed up, like I said, everything's warm, so she's good, she's driving. Now I'm gonna show you the oil pressure real quick. The oil pressure where it should not be in your car. If you look closely, which I think you can, depending on the, there you go, boom. Oil pressure, that's not good, guys. 10, 11, 10, 11, 10, 11, 12, 10, 11, 12. That's where it should not be. So good indication of something is going on with your motor. Now on top of that, now you can hear the noise a little bit better or clearer. You can hear it. I know in the beginning the head was you know, making little ticking noises, so I was gonna do a valve latch adjustment. That was part of the plan, but now ever since this happened, it got a little bit worse. A little bit worse. I mean, it is what it is. This is exactly what not to do. So drive your car on no oil pressure. But guys, now the reason why, like I said, like I did it because, you know, I'm a handy guy. I take my motor apart, I have fun with it. That's what I like to do. I was driving this car for a year already and she was running good. I mean, I wanted to build the motor, but at the same time I got so comfortable with the car. It's like I needed something to push me. Not you, me. So this is something that's gonna help me push myself to fix and build and fix this motor OEM again, just to put more stuff on the channel. So yeah, guys. So I know eventually I'm gonna overhaul the motor. I'm gonna build, you know, rebuild it. How about that? I'm gonna rebuild it OEM. And that's the story of what happened and what not to do, guys. Do not do that unless you don't mind. Unless you don't mind like rebuilding your motor. You know, or, you know, make sure it's not your primary car. Make sure it's your car that you could park in the garage and leave it for months and it doesn't really bother you. She's safe in my garage, so I mean, it doesn't really bother me at all. But I do miss driving her, like when she was at her prime, you know. So I can't wait to get her back the way she was. Whenever we do the rebuild or the overhaul, whatever. So I'm super happy about that. But right now, guys, focusing on the Z. So we have a private day on the 5th. October 5th, we have a PD. That, I can't wait. Definitely gonna make a video of that. I wanna record that, just my first PD with the Z. I wanna see how I do. Me and my cousin, we're still learning, so we're trying to get up there, guys. We wanna be up there to where, you know, we wanna start competing. I mean, we really do wanna start competing. Well, I wanna start competing. My cousin, I mean, I'm sure once he sees me with that ambition to compete, he's gonna be right behind me. So we're both gonna be at that level of competition. That's the goal for the Z. And eventually, if the Z is not up to competition-ish, we're gonna have to buy another competition car, I guess. I don't know. Still learning about that, guys. So let's, anyways. So there it is, guys. That's the story. That's what happened, etc. You already know the deal. You guys are probably gonna be laughing, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, the car's still in my garage. The car's still chilling. She still turns on. Makes a little bit of a ticking noise, whatever, but you know, it's out there. She still drives, but I'm not gonna drive her because I do not want to damage the motor even more than what she is now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just be patient, work on the Z with my cousin, go out to more events, finally take her out, have some fun. You already know the deal, so that's what it's gonna happen. So this is it. All right, guys. So anyways, thank you for watching the video. Please like, share, subscribe. You already know the deal. You guys have a good one. Stay safe. Later.